Hola estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Hoy es el 20 de junio y solo nos quedan 2 días, hoy y mañana. Terminamos mañana. So I told you it was short but sweet and intense. So today is the 20th, tomorrow is the 21st. Tomorrow is the last day of the session. So you're wrapping up the Spanish conversations. You can see there 3 of them are due here by tomorrow, Wednesday, by midnight. And then the only other thing is the Chapter 5 lesson exam. So we can take a look at that. Así que están terminando la lección 5 sobre los viajes. Han estado aprendiendo todo este vocabulario que tiene que ver con los viajes, de viaje y el alojamiento, donde uno se queda cuando se está de viaje. La seguridad y los accidentes, los cruceros, las excursiones, etc. Y también los puntos gramaticales más importantes para esta lección. Ya se sabe, tenemos el 5.1, comparativos y superlativos, como hacer comparaciones. Y también palabras negativas, afirmativas y también indefinidas. En otro punto es el subjuntivo, pero esta vez en las cláusulas adjetivales. Entonces vamos a ver, este último examen es para mañana antes de la medianoche y tienen 60 minutos, una hora para completarlo y vamos a hacer una orientación. Entonces esta primera parte, número 1, no pertenece. Indica qué palabra no pertenece a cada grupo. So you're throwing out the one that doesn't belong. Despegar, alojarse, reservar, cancelar. La palabra que no va es despegar. Despegar is to take off, like an airplane takes off from the runway. The others have to do with hotel, lodging, reserving a room where you stay, or canceling your room, so your reservation. So, están buscando la palabra que no pertenece en cada caso. Número 2, elegir. Completa las oraciones con la palabra correcta. So, you've got a drop down. So, that's always a big advantage. So, al cruzar la frontera, él revisó nuestras maletas. So remember, it has to coincide with gender and number. So whatever you choose, it's got to be masculine and also singular. So that helps you eliminate some of the candidates. Agente de aduanas, aventurero, turista. The one that makes sense is agente de aduanas. El agente de aduanas. So it ticks off the box, gender and number, and also it ticks off the box for meaning. So when we cross the frontier, when we cross the border, it's the customs agent who checked our bags. 3. Fin de semana. Completa el texto con las palabras de la lista. So they give you a list of words. Alejarnos, recorrer, hacer un viaje, reservar, quedarnos. So here you don't need to conjugate anything. You'll be using the infinitive of all these different verbs, but you do have to pay attention, of course, to the context and choose the most appropriate word according to the context. 4. Lógico o ilógico. Decide si estas oraciones son lógicas o ilógicas. So, are these logical or illogical? Mi vuelo está retrasado, así que llegaré antes. Eso es ilógico. Why? Well, if my flight is delayed, I'll get there before? I'll get there early? No, doesn't make sense. If my flight's delayed, I'm going to get there afterwards. So it's illogical. So you decide in each case whether it's logical, whether it makes sense, or whether it's lame, whether it's illogical. 5. Isla favorita. Completa el texto con superlativos o comparativos. So you're completing this text. Looks like it's a letter with superlatives or comparatives. So and they're giving you some choices. So you just choose from the candidates they give you. So pretty easy. Ayer leí un artículo sobre las islas del Caribe y la ganadora era tu isla. Sí, Puerto Rico. So in this case, you choose between peores, the worst, or mejores, the best. So obviously this person is interested in going to one of the best islands in the Caribbean. Good places, not bad places. So it would be las mejores islas del Caribe y la ganadora era tu isla. So among all the best ones, yours was the winner. So use the context to guide you in the most appropriate selection. 6. A comparar. Completa las oraciones con superlativos o comparativos. So again, superlatives or comparatives. So, mi maleta pesa 10 kilos. La tuya pesa 8 kilos. Y la de Irene pesa solo 5 kilos. So, if my maleta, my bag, weighs 10 kilos, and yours weighs 8 kilos, and Irene's weighs 5 kilos, mi maleta es la más pesada de todas. So you have to come up with la más pesada de todas. That's the formula for saying my maleta is the most heavy of all of them. All right, so la más pesada de todas. Y 7. Queja, completa la carta del cliente con las palabras de la lista. Utiliza cada palabra una vez. Jamás, ninguno, nada, tampoco y nadie. So again, it's just a little letter, and choose the most appropriate term according to the context. And expresiones negativas, complete las oraciones con las expresiones negativas apropiadas. You want to go negative here. Esta primera dice, el autobús estaba lleno y había espacio para guardar la maleta. So you want to go negative, nada, nadie, ni siquiera ninguno. The only one that makes remote sense is ni siquiera. There wasn't even space available for my bag. So ni siquiera. So normally you would just say no había espacio, but you're going one step further and they want you to come with ni siquiera, not even. And so if you look at the drop down, this is the only one that makes sense there. Subjuntivo indicativo. So here you do have to choose between subjunctive or indicative. Y Liliana reservó una habitación en un hotel que tener piscina y sauna. So in this case you would say Liliana reservó una habitación en un hotel que tenía piscina y sauna. Why? Because it's a hotel that exists. It's not indefinite. It's not non-existent. So you would just simply use the indicative here in the dependent clause, right? So if the antecedent, the thing that you're actually talking about in the independent clause is indefinite, if it's negative, it's non-existent, if it's hypothetical, then you would use the subjunctive. So that's not the case for one. So you just simply use the past tense, tenía, the indicative. Let's try another one. 2. No hay nadie que venir de viaje conmigo. Okay, well, you're talking about nadie, that's the antecedent. What kind of nadie? It's one that doesn't exist because you're saying there's nobody who wants to come on a trip with me. So because it doesn't exist, you have to use the subjunctive form. And instead of quiere, you use the opposite vowel and you would come up with quiera. Así que no hay nadie que quiera venir de viaje conmigo. And now it makes perfect sense. 10. Consejo. Tela quiere de vacaciones y le pide un consejo a su amigo Luis. Lee sus preguntas y completa cada oración con los verbos adecuados. So then you've got a drop down and necesito tu consejo. I need your advice. Busco un lugar de vacaciones que cerca de la casa de mis padres y pensé en tu pueblo. So again, you're talking about, I'm looking for a place, but I don't know if it exists or not. So I need to use the subjunctive to talk about this place. So busco un lugar de vacaciones que esté cerca de la casa de mis padres. That's close by my parents. So it's hypothetical, so therefore subjunctive. So that's the situation. That's a bit of an orientation on this last exam. So again, we're coming down to the wire. And I've been going over your grades, and they look pretty good. So everybody seems to be in really good shape. If you have any issues or concerns, reach out to me, but it looks like everybody's going to get over the finish line with flying colors, and that's good to see. Así que suerte con las actividades finales. Si necesitan algo, me avisan. Si no, nos vemos muy pronto. Hasta luego.